Y'all, it's day 9. No. Day 10. No weed journey. I'm gonna tell y'all why I quit smoking weed, how I quit smoking weed, and how it's been affecting me. So first, why? Now I know most of y'all want to know like why is it such a big thing probably on YouTube for people wanting to quit weed and shit like that. It's because it's so popular, it's so accepted, it's so great. The only problem with it is because it's so popular and so accessible and so great, nobody tells you the dark side of it. Unless like, and if you did hear about the dark side, you probably didn't take it seriously. Like most of us. So if you're here and you want to know, like for me, the reason why I stopped smoking weed was because I was not getting shit done, bruh. When I tell you I was not getting shit done, I mean nothing. Like I just wanted to smoke all day. And if you're a person like me and you have a bunch of access to weed, like I'm talking about access now. I ain't talking about like a zip. You know what I'm saying? I ain't talking about a QP. I'm talking about you got access. Without saying too much, you know, you gonna smoke as much as you want. And then once you start doing that, it's like your tolerance becomes so high that you don't even think that it's affecting you anymore, because you so used to smoking and stay high, not to get high. Like if you smoking to get high, you still not even as addicted. I'm talking about the people that's smoking to stay high. Like as soon as they come down, they firing up. As soon as they come down, they firing up. So like if you was somebody at that level, or if you were somebody at that level, it's a lot harder for you to quit. And the thing, because you feel normal, like you don't think that you're acting any differently. You don't think that like it could be something just like a cigarette to you almost. Like yeah, you feel high, you know you're high, but it's like a comfortable place. So after doing that for so long, you start realizing you're not getting shit done. You might be depressed. It's easier to fall into depression. You're not as interactive with family and friends just because you want to smoke so much. Or there's events that you might miss because you was high. You feel like, all right, I'm just gonna go to the crib, I'll smoke, I'll chill instead of going to the gym, or I'll smoke, I'll chill instead of going to my friends, seeing my friends, or you know. So it becomes a full-on lifestyle, and then once you get into that lifestyle, it's hard to get out of it. So that's the reason why I had to stop smoking, is because I was so far into the lifestyle. Like I couldn't just go a day without weed. Like I couldn't do it. Like I had to smoke every day. Like I'm talking about from the morning, since like when I get up in the morning, I'm smoking. Then after that, you know, middle of the day, by the time the middle of the day come, you eat like a little something, you gonna smoke again. Then like right before the late afternoon, you smoking. And then right before sleep, you know what I'm saying, or dinner, you know what I'm saying, you gonna smoke before, you smoke after, you smoke right before you go to sleep. And now you smoking like constantly. So I was probably smoking like a 7 a day. That's a zip every week, you know what I'm saying? That adds up. Like, and then mentally it starts to fuck with you, because you get so used to being high that you don't even realize that your thoughts are coming from a high place. You think that's just you, like. And so that was like a major issue. And then all right, so now like, so that's why I stopped smoking. Now how I did it. Now first things first, the best thing I would say, if anybody wants to know how to stop smoking weed or how to quit addictions, period, I find the best way to do that is through fasting. Yes, a fast. Probably like a water fast. That's what I did. So what I did was the first 3 days I didn't eat any food, which is actually good, because you're probably not gonna have much of an appetite anyway, just because you're so used to eating off of having the munchies. So those first 3 days I just didn't eat anything. I just drank water, and I went to the gym to sweat. Mind you, I wasn't going to the gym before, so it's an immediate change. Like I was not going to the gym before. I was going to the gym like a minute ago, and then I fell off, and then like I was smoking so much, and then I stopped going. So I wasn't going to the gym before, right? So as soon as I stopped smoking, I was like, damn, I got so much time on my hands. Mind you, I'm smoking a 7 a day, so I'm like, I got so much time on my hands, let me go to the gym. So I go to the gym, I get in the pool and I get in the sauna. And just to get the weed out of my system so I could sweat it out. So those first 3 days were tough because I'm not eating and I'm going to the gym, so I'm a little tired, but I also couldn't sleep because of the insomnia. So when you go 3 days without eating, what happens is you're gonna be so focused on your hunger that you won't really care too much about the weeds. Because at first, the first 2 days, you're not really hungry. The third day, you're gonna start getting hungry now. But the good thing is, because you haven't eaten, it's easier to put on the back burner of the weed because you're not gonna be worried about that. You're gonna be worried more so about the food. You're gonna be like, oh my God, I'm hungry. Oh my God, I'm hungry. Oh my God, I'm hungry. And so fighting that off, because we all pretty much have a food addiction, but that's a whole nother story. So, but fighting off your food addiction or your food cravings is gonna be it makes it a lot easier to fight off the weed cravings. So now after the third day, when you're on day 4 now of no smoking and no eating, when you eat, it's gonna feel like a release, like it's gonna feel like a calm to you. So then once you got that calm to you now you could look at weed as like, okay, well, if I could go 3 days without food, I know I could go without smoking. And then plus, because I'm eating now, it's like I got some sort of release, some sort of like dopamine hit, because that's really all we're talking about. With weed, you spike your dopamine up so much that nothing else really could come close to it. So that's why you smoke so much and everything else seems kind of like boring without being high, because it's such a high release of dopamine that anything else that you do isn't gonna be as good. So that's basically how I did it. So I went 3 days water fast, straight in the gym. Now mind you, the whole week, the 7 days, I still went to the gym. So that I got back in the gym. That's number one. That's the first thing I really did. I got back in the gym and I did the fast. So the fasting and going to the gym helped me cleanse my system of the weed, and it gave me something to do in the meantime. So that's really what I would advise. If you really want to quit and you don't know how you're going to do it, I would say go on a 3-day water fast, just for 3 days, 72 hours. If you can't make it 72 hours on a water fast, because I know everybody's not familiar with fasting, go 1 day, go 24 hours, or go, if you can't do 24 hours, go half the day. But what you'll find is that you're going to be more so worried about the food, and then that'll make it easier for you not to worry so much about the weed. So it'll trick your mind. So your mind's worried about food, not worried about weed. Then by the time you get the food, you gotten past the first 3 days, so that it'll break the cycle of you smoking every day. And then once you break that cycle, your willpower is up high enough now for you to continue without smoking. Now, I'm not gonna say it's not gonna come back, because I did get urges like after, because right now I'm on week 2. So I did get urges when I'm like around my friends and just being around, or when you drink too. That's another thing. If you drink, because I did so the first week I didn't smoke, and then I went out that weekend, so I was drinking, and then that made me want to smoke, but I didn't smoke any weed. I did slip and smoke some tobacco, which I'm also quitting too. So this is also no weed, no nicotine journey too. So this week though, I haven't smoked nothing, no weed, no nicotine, no tobacco, nothing. So I could see just the complete differences. Now, number 3, how has it been since I have not smoked? Okay, so first, you're not gonna be able to sleep. I'm letting y'all know that right now, so just go ahead and lock that into your mind. It's sleep. I don't know where my sleep schedule is gonna get back. Right now, I'm even making this video mad late because I can't sleep. So that's number 1. I say the past 2 days, I've probably gotten better sleep than I had gotten that first week, but it's still difficult. Number 2, you're gonna realize how much time you have on your hands. That's one of the major things that I realized. With smoking every day constantly, you spend so much time between being high, because when you high and you're not doing nothing, it feels like you're doing something. So you could be at the crib all day, but if you high, it's gonna feel like I got plenty of shit to do. I got the game, I can watch TV, I can talk on the phone, but those same things don't give you the same feelings of joy or of you can't get complacent with it because it's not stimulating enough. So you sitting at the crib when you're not high, it's not fun. It's not as fun. Or playing the game or watching movies or whatever. So you realize, damn, I gotta figure out some ways to fill out my time. So then you realize you have so much time on your hands, especially if you're somebody who doesn't work a typical 9 to 5 or somebody who doesn't go to work from these periods and these hours. So you gotta fill up that time yourself. So I say that you definitely realize how much more time you have on your hands. I feel like you feel the overall, after you get through the first week and the withdrawals and all that, you start feeling more of a leash on life. Like life starts to become better again. Like right now I'm on, like I said, I'm on probably day 10 because I started last week Monday. So today is Wednesday going into Thursday. So I'm about 10, 11 days in. Yeah, I'm about 10, 11 days in. So now I could feel like, okay, I'm not thinking about weed anymore. My mind's already, it's over that period. Like it's over the constant cravings and all of that. Even with the nicotine, I think that stopped on day 3, which was yesterday for me. Was day 3 of no nicotine. I think I started on Sunday. So I don't feel any cravings for any weed. I don't feel any cravings for any nicotine. I just feel like I need to change my patterns because my patterns have been the same for so long that even when I pull the weed out, it's still hard to do certain shit just because I've been doing it. Like, for instance, sleeping during the day, taking naps and shit that you would do when you high, or spending too much time not doing much, like just being comfortable, just being chilling. Weed puts you there. And weed makes that easier for you to do. So when you quit, you're gonna realize like, all right, damn, I'm still doing the same things, but now I'm not high. So now it's like, I gotta change it because now it's like, all right. And what else can I say? You're gonna be more social. Like I am somebody that is very, like, I've dealt with social anxiety to a high amount. Like, and I think that it's probably stems from smoking too much. Like if you smoke too much, you're gonna be in your head. When you're in your head, it can be so much so that you're paralyzed. So you don't want to talk to people. You don't really want to go places where it's gonna be a lot of people. You want to kind of be on some chill mode, or I don't really want to socialize. I don't really want to talk to people. I don't really want to go places. So when you start smoking, you realize you want to do that. And lastly, it brought me here. Like I've been wanting to make YouTube. Like everybody else says that I've watched all these videos. Everybody wants to make a YouTube. Everybody wants to do something, but they're not because of the weed. Like, so it's a clear difference in that. Like immediately, I've been going to the gym. I've been more so just going places and seeing people and family and stuff that I really wouldn't have seen or done because I would have been high, or chilling back, not doing much. I've been, my skin, I feel like it's glowing more. I got more of a happy vibe. I'm not really like doled over because I'm high, you know what I'm saying? And this is not to bash weed, you know what I'm saying? I love weed, don't get me wrong, I love it, but if it's becoming a problem where it's an issue for you, and my bad y'all, I'm watching close too. And that's another thing, like the excuses, like I would have made an excuse before, I'm not doing no video, I'm washing clothes. Now I don't give a fuck. Like y'all can hear the washing machine and I don't care. Like, but if I was high, I'd be like, oh my God, it's gonna fuck up the whole video. I don't care. I'm gonna put this out because I want to do it. Like, that's what I mean. So your ambition just goes through the roof, your productivity goes through the roof. You have a positive mindset now. I feel like my mindset became more positive because I was focusing on making it positive. When I was high, I wasn't really caring about my mindset. I was just going day to day, like, you know. So yeah, that's pretty much where we at with it, man. If you are having problems with weed, or you're struggling quitting and you want to know like how to get through, or you need help getting through, just hit me up. Let me know, man. Y'all reach out to me via YouTube, and then as soon as I get my page up, I'm gonna have somewhere where you guys can DM, call, DM, you know, we can have conversations about this, because I feel like it's really affecting us in the community, in the world right now, because weed is it's pushed as such a positive thing that the negative aspects of it aren't really seen. Like nobody talks about the negative on a daily. People talk about the positives on a daily. People talk about what it does for them on a daily as far as a good thing, but nobody talks about how the people who've been smoking weed for the longest, before it was legal, before it was cool, how now it's starting to negatively impact them because they become so complacent, or they become so attached to it that they can't stop. So I don't want to make this video too long, but that's all I gotta say for you guys checking in. And this is week 2 of No Weed. I will keep you guys updated on how my progress is going and how everything has changed for me, and is changing for me as I'm doing this process. And I'll definitely want to hear from you guys in the comments, so make sure you follow, like, and subscribe, and y'all tell me how y'all going, how y'all enjoying the journey and all of that. All right, talk to you guys soon.